So I get this question or complaint, concern, comment, what have you, a lot, especially with newer Lego investors who are just cutting their teeth in the game. They do their research, they find sets that they believe are going to be good investments, they time it so that those sets are set to expire, they buy the sets, they sit on them until the sets are retired, and then they go and they check Amazon to see if they can sell it, and what they find is the set is not only not higher in value, but in fact, it's gone down. Many times, it's cheaper than what they bought it for. It's on sale. And so they start freaking out. They're freaking out. What's going on? It's discontinued. I did everything right. I thought this should be going up in value. What do I do? What do I do? I'm losing money. I'm losing money right now. What do I do? Relax. You're not losing money. As a matter of fact, if anything, your losses are what are called unrealized. They're just fake losses unless you sell. If you sell off your sets right now when they're going down, you will lose money, yeah. But as long as you hold on to them, when it bounces back, you're fine. You haven't lost anything. This is the same as investing in stocks or whatever. I tell people, treat Lego like stocks. Sometimes companies fluctuate. They go up and down and up and down. Unless the company is in serious trouble, it's on its way to defaulting or going bankruptcy or what have you. It's it's about to be obliterated from all of existence. Unless that's the reality, the company will bounce back, and it's just a matter of sticking through it, relax, hold on, and wait till it recovers. Same is true of Lego, and let me explain briefly why. First of all, you don't know why sellers are selling their Lego sets at a cheaper price. You have no idea what's going on with them. They could be going through some, financial problems themselves, and they need to offset some of their, their inventory. They need to just free up some cash to pay some debt or what have you. Maybe their mortgage is due and they had a bad time. Maybe a hurricane wiped through and destroyed their property and they got to recover it anyway. Maybe they got hit with medical bills and they have to do whatever they can to cover the cost of those medical bills. You have no idea what the life of that seller is to cause them to sell their product at a cheaper price. If they're a big retail chain and they're selling their product at a deep discount, it's the same across the board. A lot of these retailers, and I'm not a tax attorney, okay? I'm not a tax expert, but what I do know is that a lot of major retailers are often hit at the end of their fiscal year with taxes on products that are still sitting on their shelves, meaning they bought the product, they might have paid taxes on getting that product to them, and then they sat it on their shelf. It's costing them money in the retail space. It's sitting on that shelf, so they can't put any other product on that shelf, and so that space is costing them money. And then at the end of their fiscal year, the auditor is going to come in and look at that product and be like, oh, you had this for a year, now you're going to pay taxes on it again. So to avoid paying further costs on product that isn't moving for them, they generally will cut the price just to get it off their shelf, just to get it out of their life. And then if they sell it for a loss, they can record that loss against their taxes. So it's actually a good tax incentive for them, a good strategy for them to sell the product. Now, on top of that, it's not necessarily the product itself that's being discounted. It could be the whole department, the whole section, that whole quadrant of their retail space that they're just trying to free up. And it just happens that this particular item is within that space and it falls victim to that. That is a reality. That happens. And that's something that you just don't know when you're looking at the price going down and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm losing money. The number one thing that you can do when a situation like this happens, if that price goes down, is buy more. That's right, double down. If there's a better price on that product, why wouldn't you grab it? Literally anything else out there that you see that you love, and you loved the price when you bought it, and now the price is even better, buy more. What are you doing? So if you've got the money, throw it at that product, get some more, double down, stock your shelf, and when it bounces back, then you've got more product to sell. You've got more profit to make. Now, if you don't have any more money to double down, which is a reality for a lot of people, that's fine. Here's the other thing you could do. Just wait. Just hang on. Just sit it out. Go on with your life. Go to the beach. Or go for a walk, or whatever you do. Go play Elden Ring. I don't know. Waste your time. Get that time out of there and just go focus on something else. Because at the end of the day, time is your friend, it will get rid of all of these other sellers that are driving that price down, and you will have your option, your time, to come into the listing and put your product in there and sell it for whatever you want. Because unlike all these other companies that their stock goes down because they're going bankrupt and they're about to be obliterated from the entire market, Lego's not going anywhere. You are still in a good position. Sit back, relax, let the market do its thing. Let these sellers get out of your way. Then you come back and you sell your product for whatever you want. Now this goes to something that I was gonna do for like a quick social media blog post, I still might, but basically what's like the number one thing that you need to get started in this business? That's another thing that I get asked. The number one thing is patience. That's what I tell everybody. You gotta have patience. It costs nothing. Okay, and it's the number one thing you need, because despite the fact that Legos have an expiration date, the market is still going to do whatever the market wants to do. Just rest in solace knowing that, especially if you're one of my clients, or you're using my platform and you're choosing items that I'm showing you, this is when they retire. When I started this business, I didn't have that. I just saw sets, I bought them, I put them in a closet, and I just literally would forget about them. I would deliberately forget that I had those sets, and then I'd come back in a couple of years, and then I would turn around and I would sell them. I'd sell them for about twice what I bought them for, sometimes 3 times what I bought them for. But that's the time that I had to wait, because I just had no idea when the sets were gonna retire. And part of that was I would buy a set and it wouldn't retire for like another 2 years. That was part of the big wait. Now I can kind of gauge when a set is gonna retire, in a couple months, sometimes a couple weeks. It doesn't mean that I don't have to wait after it's been retired. I still have to wait, but I don't have to wait as long, and neither do you. It's like going from smoke signal to dial-up and knowing that fiber exists. You know that fiber exists, you want that fiber speed, but you're stuck with dial-up. Well, listen, before dial-up, there was smoke signals, and you don't have to deal with that. And that's the blessing here. You still gotta wait a little bit, and sometimes you hit that fiber optic line and you go zoop, right into profit. Sometimes that does happen. Just prepare yourself mentally. Just wait. You see prices going down, starting to freak out? Just wait. Time will heal all wounds and will make you lots and lots and lots of money. So that's it for this video. If you like it, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe bell, do all the cool things to help the algorithm. That helps me a lot. If you would like to check out the course, it's at madmoneyacademy.com. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Happy to talk to you, happy to help, and I will see you in the next one.